Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our Celta Vigo career mode. I want to say a massive thank you for all the support, as I said in the last one, for all of the likes, the comments and everything on the previous episodes of this one. So, we're going to jump into today's episode. If you missed yesterday's, then you won't know what happened, but I'll show you basically. We didn't have the greatest of episodes. We started it with the game against, where was it? There, Atletico. We drew it 1-1. We potentially should have had a penalty in the 90th minute in that one. Abel Ruiz went down in the box, and the referee didn't give it. But actually, guys, and quite a lot of you said it was a definite penalty. So, I agree with all of you there. We followed that with the game against Granada, in which we basically battered them, and then conceded in the 90th minute to draw that one 1-1. We then played against Malaga, where for large parts of the game, we didn't play well, but Abel Ruiz, our 17-year-old hero up front, scored the winning goal in the last few minutes of the game to give us a 1-0 win. Followed that with a game against Bilbao, which we simmed, and we ended up winning that 3-0 quite comfortably. Aspas got a double in that one, I do believe. And then lastly, we played Sevilla, and that's where the episode turned horrible. We got smashed 3-0. Ben Yedder scoring twice in that one. We just were off the pace completely. Didn't play well at all. So, not exactly the ideal way to end the episode off, but I asked you what we could do to change things. So, I'm going to go through a couple of comments here and talk about some of the things that are in there. So, the first one to talk about comes from Titan Uzi, who says, try a 4-1-2-1-2 wide with Gomez and Ruiz up front, Sisto and Aspas on the wings, and Vas in CDM. So I think for today's episode, I will change to that 4-1-2-1-2. Maybe not play those exact players in those exact positions, but we'll try it out and see what happens. Our next comment comes in from Gangster Joey, who says, Ben Yedder, he just scores for some reason. Who knows why? Honestly, an 81 rated doesn't give him justice. I agree. And if we take a look at the top scorers, he is in there. He's on 7 goals this season so far. I don't know if he's played all 12 games, but seriously, he did destroy me in that last game against Sevilla. We have Blizzard Boy telling us to buy Vitinho. He, of course, is the one who plays, I do believe, for FC Barcelona B. I've looked at him before. And then the last comment I wanted to talk about was this one from Matthew Brown, who says, he has a question. Next season, if we get a job offer from a big team, would I take it? For example, City, Barca, or any other top teams? The answer to that is no. I don't think we would, because we came into this wanting to do Celta Vigo, and I feel like if we left the next season, we haven't done what we've achieved. So my answer to that, unsure, is no. Potentially, maybe, you know, later on, massively down the line, maybe we'll go to a big team. I don't know. But for now, my focus is on Celta Vigo. So let's change that 4-1-2-1-2 and start today's episode. Let's go. Also, guys, if you do have any comments that you want me to answer, leave it down below, and then I'll pick like a few out before each episode that I can speak about, and then I'll answer them that way. So, you know, we'll get to answering some comments that you guys have. Any suggestions, any questions, whatever you want to put in the comment section, leave it. And who knows, I might answer it on the next episode. This one, we're going to kickstart off with a game against Leganes, which I'm actually going to sim, just because I don't want to play this and I feel like we can win it anyways. And with it being so far into FIFA, I want to get through the season slightly quicker, because I remember the days when I used to be able to play through and get a season completed in like 2 or 3 weeks. This time around FIFA, it seems like I'm playing it a lot longer. And yeah, so Scarpot back. We've got a few players from Brazil that I'm intrigued to see. I'm going to sign that one kid up there, see what he's got in his locker. Lobotka wants to start the upcoming game, but of course I have switched to that 4-1-2-1-2, and that's the way it's going to work. So Aspas on the right, Sisto on the left, Vas in the CDM, Hernandez in the cam. I'm not sure whether or not I want to put Aspas up front and then play Emre Moore out on the right. That could be the way to do it. But for now, that's the way I'm going to leave it. We've got Dermissi playing left back, of course, because Johnny is out injured currently. Although he is back, so I could throw him straight back in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put Johnny back in, and we'll put Dermissi back on the bench for Fontas. That is how our bench currently looks as well. We've got Raj on there. No striker other than Emre Moore. Might have to reconsider that. Possibly bring off Busquets and put on Basagog there like that. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. So, we're going to go ahead and sim this one now against Leganes and see if we can get the win. Off we go then. Abel Ruiz still in the side. We've got Gomez up front. Hernandez in there as well. It's a strong team. Is it going to be strong enough to take the victory? Well, Hernandez has given us a lead, but then picks up a straight red card 4 minutes later. It's not very good. And Johnny picks up another injury. Maybe it was too bad for me to force him back so early. Gomez doubles our advantage even with 10 men though, so we look like we might be heading for a victory unless we crumble in the second half. But 2 players now missing. Hernandez red card and Johnny with another injury. Let's hope this isn't long term, because he's just got back from one. And it won't be so bad because we've got Dermissi who can play there, so it's not like it's the end of the world. it'll just be like frustrating. Okay, 3 weeks, so it's not a terrible injury again. We should be able to use it. Honestly, I don't even want to play against Granada this game here, so I think I'm going to sim that one as well, because after last game, I'm tilted anyway, and I just don't care about it, to be quite frank. Ruiz growing to 71. Decent. Nicely done. Looking at potentially maybe hitting him at 75 rated between now and January, and then we could have what could be our star striker up front alongside Aspas for the future. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to play this Granada game. Honestly, I don't particularly want to play it. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and sim it. We'll change around the side slightly, so in that way I'm not risking players. But yeah. Alright, so I have changed around the side slightly, and we've got this now game coming up against Granada. I brought in Basagog, we brought in Jozabed, and also Emre Moore as well, alongside Demisi. They were the only major changes we made to it. Of course, it's 1-1 on aggregate, and they do have the away goal. I don't even know if away goals count in the Copa de España. Maybe you guys know. If you do, let me know. They do take the lead, though, through Espinoza, and it won't matter even if they do win this 1-0, because they'll go through, as it is 2-1 on aggregate. Or unless it's, of course, I don't even know if it's a two-leg thing. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. But we do go on to lose it, and we are out of the Copa de España. Is what it is. My main focus was always going to be the league. I don't care about the Copa de España. Kind of bad to say, but my main focus is on this La Liga season. Sergio wants to leave the club, unfortunately. He has come to me and said that he doesn't want to be here anymore. And so, we do have an offer for him. It's come from Valencia. I'm going to negotiate this because with it being a side still in the Liga, I want to get the most money out of it, potentially, to make them even weaker. We are going to strengthen them in the aspect that we're giving them a player, but I do think that they can stretch to 6.4 million. You know, it's in the middle of what he's currently worth in terms of his, like, what the board said. They only want to pay us 5.6. I'm going to counter again and say give us 6, completely dead on, and see if they accept that. There we go. And they say, okay, yeah. So they're going to give us £6 million for him. We did reject a deal from Leicester for 6, but I'll sell him for that. I'm quite happy to let him go. He doesn't want to be here. He's not part of my plans, and so if he wants to leave, he wants to leave at the end of the day. We can get ourselves a backup goalkeeper in after that. That will probably, as I've just seen his potential overall, wait a second, that will probably be still better than Sergio anyway, and obviously will be cheaper. But did you guys just see his potential on that young youth player that we just signed there, the 18-year-old? We'll check him out in a moment in like the full list, but I swear that said 76 to 94. In which case, he looks like he could be something special. Where is he, the 18-year-old? There he is. Nicolas Ayala, he's already 64 rated. He comes in with a decent free kick stat, potential of 76 to 92. The question is, do I leave him in here for longer and let him grow? Or do I just promote him straight up and see what his kind of weak foot and skill moves? I'm going to leave him in here. We'll leave him in for now, but that could be a special find for the series. Looks tremendous. And speaking of Valencia, they are the team we'll go on to face right now, so they look like they could be taking one of our players away, but we want to take the 3 points away from them. We are playing them at their ground, and as it stands, Barca are back top. We do have that game in hand, and Valencia were 6th going into this, but of course they've now got a game in hand after Atletico. 1 is what I meant to say there. They're now 7th, won 7, drawn 4, and lost 3 of their opening 14. We are 9 wins, 3 draws, and a single defeat from our opening 13. Of course, that single defeat coming to Sevilla last episode. So, if we get a victory here, we'll go back top. If we lose, we're staying second. If we draw, we're staying second. So, let's just try and not start how we ended last episode. So, let's get into game. Of course, it's the 4-1-2-1-2 this time. That is the team we've gone with. Ruiz, Gomez up front, Hernandez in the cam, and of course, Aspas and Sisto on the wings. I've just tried our best, guys. I suppose that's all we can do. So we want to start off better than we ended the last episode. And the only way I know doing that is to keep control of the ball. Try out this new look formation, the 4-1-2-1-2, as suggested by one of you lovely people in the comments section. All we need to do is just focus, not give anything away cheaply today, and just try our best to create the chances. And this could be one. Ruiz from Pablo Hernandez, never mind. But yeah, new formation. It might take us a little bit of time just to get used to this, but I'm hoping we adapt pretty quick. This now is vast. Can we get a chance going forward? Ruiz trying to make him a run. Hasn't really done a lot of it. And he looks back for Aspas. That's a nice pass from Ruiz. Finds Aspas, who crosses towards the back post. Sisto brings it down and shoots. And the keeper has pulled off a very, very good save in 9 minutes here. Pion Sisto with a chance. Brought it down on his chest. And had the effort goalwards, which the keeper made a good save on. The cross from Sisto is decent, but it's cleared away And it will find its way to Santi Mina now, who sends it goal upwards towards Rodrigo. And we're trying to win it back off him. We can't do it on the first occasion. It comes back to Santi Mina. Defend, please, boys. Nothing stupid. He goes backwards towards Montoya. Inside is Rodrigo again. We can't get the ball off him. This could be it. Kondogba with a shot. It's into Ruben Blanco. Save for either goalkeeper, but having said that, I think our chance was a lot better than their chance. We just couldn't take it. Good work from Hugo Mayo. Wins the ball back for us. Ruiz in towards Gomez. We need to move the ball back quicker. I think that was one of our main problems last episode. Sisto has got Aspas on the run on the right-hand side. Aspas with a chance. Aspas with a shot. It's straight at the goalkeeper. I do want to see Aspas cutting on that left, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to do it in that occasion. Sisto winning the ball back. We'll find Vas. Vas towards Ruiz. Looking for Aspas again. He's brought down off the ball, ref. And he doesn't give us anything for it. We've got the pressure right now on Valencia. We just need something to show for it. 2 minutes to go until half-time. We've been a lot better defensively today, but going forward, there's been no change. Like, we're still lacking that little bit of cutting edge that we potentially need. This is Vas, though, looking to change that just before half-time. Gomez on the turn, gets it away from his man, hasn't got the strength to keep all of it against Gabriel Paulista, though. And as we go into half-time, I think we definitely need to bring some pace on up front, get in behind a little bit. So I think that's the change I'm going to make. I'm going to bring off Abel Ruiz here. He's had a good spell in the team for us, but I'm going to bring on the pace of Basogog here. Very fast. I'm going to also set him to get in behind so that in that way we do have a player making that run behind so we can dink it over the top and try and work it that way. So we've got Gomez holding up the play. Basogog just off to his left and he can make the runs in behind. Aspas, Gomez. That's what I meant. We need to bring on some pace and Basogog's got the pace but he didn't use it there. Nevertheless, he will find Aspas, who drives forward, and we have a little bit of space for Aspas to use. What can he do with it? Across the face of goal. Why did Basogog leave it? Why did he leave it? If you noticed that as well, it wouldn't let me highlight him either to actually take the shot on. Why did he leave that? That was perfect. Just tap it in. It's 1-0. Oh, it's his first chance as well since he's joined us here at Celta Vigo. Might not get another one because that was appalling. Sisto, Basogog, Gomez. Still Gomez, and still Gomez, and still Gomez. Cuts it onto his right. Gomez with a chance. Gomez with a goal. We've taken the lead. There we go. Gotta say, slightly disappointed since Basogog's come off the bench. He hasn't really done much, and that one chance that he had has kind of tilted me a little bit. But that's good work from Gomez. Did enough to be able to put off the defender and fire that one into the corner of the goal. Slightly strange defending from Gabriel, I'm not going to lie. But then again, he couldn't really bring him down in the box because he didn't have a clear tackle on. So, good finish from Maximiliano Gomez, and we do take the lead in the game. The 4-1-2-1-2, I feel more confident with us defensively, with that having the CDM there. But in terms of going forward, there's no real change to how we were playing last time with a 4-3-3. Hugo Mayo, Vas. Now it will find Aspas, who will lay it to Hernandez. Basogog is the outlet. He's got a man over on the left, and it is going to be Dermisi here. I don't want to take 2-on-2 down on the line, though, because we might lose it. It comes back to Vas. Vas in towards Basogog. In towards Hernandez. It's a great play. Hernandez for 2! Got to finish that off. He scored twice in our first game as Celta Vigo manager in La Liga, in which we went on to win 3-1 against Sociedad. Since then, his finishing has been appalling. That is another one to add to the list. In towards Gomez. Gomez laying out wide to Sisto. We're into the 90th minute, so I think we're pretty much secure for these 3 points. As Sisto will find Aspas. Can he whip a good cross in? Aspas is towards the middle. Cleared away by Coquelin. That should be it though, ref. Blow your whistle, please. Thank you very much. We hold on. We get the 1-0 win. But to say we played well wouldn't really be the case. We didn't really perform brilliantly. We never were threatened. But at the same time, again, there was a lack of chances in there. And that one from Hernandez springs to mind. So once again, a little bit unconvincing going forward. I've got to say as well, I was disappointed with the way Basogog played and Hernandez as well for that matter. So a couple of underperformers at the moment in the side. There we go then. Sergio sold. He joins Valencia and the transfer window will open. So that's £4.4 million extra added to the budget. And with January just around the corner, is there potential for maybe a few players to A, lose their, place in the side, and B, potentially maybe even lose their contract here at Celta Vigo? Could they be moving on to a new club? That's going to be the question mark. There's a few players I'm not totally convinced with in this side that could maybe leave in January. And I tell you what, there's quite a few that I would like to get rid of as well. So might have to look into that further. Like, for example, if you scroll down, these guys down here, Mendes, Boy, Roncaglia for that matter, they're just never going to play. So, you know what I'm saying? They may have to move on. Another game now coming up. Celta will take on Villarreal. Again, to sim the game, though, with it being a home game. If you guys don't like me simming as many games like this, obviously I won't do it as much, but I do want to try and progress through the seasons as well and get a little bit further way in. But nevertheless, we have this game. We'll take on, after this, we'll take on, who is after this? Deportivo, and then we have a massive game over at the Nou Camp against Barca. So 2 more games definitely to come in today's episode that you're going to see following this one, as Vas gives us the lead against Villarreal. Good start to this one. They're actually doing pretty well, our opponents today. They're up into, I think, 4th or maybe even 5th at the moment, but Vas doubles our advantage. They do score late on, but we do come away with a 2-1 win, courtesy of a double from our, well, I wouldn't even really say our star man, but our star midfielder, let's call it. So, as you can see currently, from the league table, we're 36 points ahead of one by Barca in 2nd. Real in 3rd on 30, and Atletico in 4th. As I said, Villarreal were in a decent position there. So next up we take on Deportivo, who are 19th place, followed with a game against Barca. That's going to be huge. So then, Deportivo, our opponents. I'm going to name that team, I think, for it. We do have to keep one mind on the game against Barca that's to come not too long after this as well. So actually, I'm going to bring on Johnny and bring Dermisi off to the bench, just because Donny has better stamina, or Johnny, sorry, has better stamina than Dermisi does. But in terms of everyone else, I think I'll just leave it exactly the same. Having said that, yeah, I mean, Johnny, he's not as quick as Dermisi. That's the problem. And actually, I said that. Johnny has better stamina. Well, he doesn't. He's 1 less. So I tell a lie. Let's bring Dermisi back in. But yeah, Dermisi has the pace. Obviously, Johnny is more experienced. So I don't know who I should start against Barca at that fullback spot, because whoever it is probably going to have to line up maybe against Messi. On the other side of that, it'd be Hugo Mayo playing against Messi. So either one is going to have to play against Messi and keep him quiet. We'll see. So here we are then. 2nd game that we're going to play of today's episode. We've actually got the same kit sponsor as well as Deportivo. So, of course, that's the lineup. I'm a little unsure about Hernandez in that cam roll after the last performance, but we'll try it out again. We'll see if it works. We got the win. We just weren't convincing. So that's the problem at the moment. We're not convincing in many of the games we're playing. And I'm saying it like we're having a bad season, when actually we're not. We're sat top ahead of Barca by a point. So it's not like we're having a bad season. And I mean, we're looking like we're potentially going to get top 4. But that is going to be our aim, I do think, for this upcoming season. Anything more than that will be a bonus. But I do believe that top 4 is where we should realistically aim for. And if we can get it, then that'll be great. Andone's cross. Diaz needs to deal with it. Diaz did, but didn't get it cleared very well. And now they come forward again here, Deportivo. They still have the possession of the ball. We need to defend it. Sisto wins that tackle again. We still haven't got it, but he does eventually get it back. That's Gomez now from Pion Sisto. Ruiz has got Hernandez bursting through the middle. Come on, Pablo. Do it for us. Pablo Hernandez. It's saved, and Gomez can't get on the rebound. Oh, why are we wasting so many chances as of late? Ruiz gets it back, though. Vas. Sisto, we're wasting so many chances recently, and I don't know why. Dermisi fires it in towards Ruiz, who turns on the box. Ruiz looks to try and feed it. Oh, no. Aspas was there nearly as well. We're nearly getting there and nearly finding the chances. We're just not quite able to find that final ball. And then when we do, we waste the chance. Diaz, please deal with that. There he does. Aspas, Ruiz, Gomez. Back towards Ruiz. That's good play. And Ruiz will take this forward. He's got a man over in Pion Sisto. Sisto uses that one to his advantage. Tries to find the back post. And the keeper saved it again. It is Gomez this time who sends it goal bound. And yet again, the keeper's there to deny us an opener. And yet again, we just about couldn't reach it on the side. That time it was Hernandez. It's like a carbon copy, except it's the other way around for the second chance. Because, of course, the first one was Hernandez shooting and Gomez sliding. That time it was the other players. The other way around, but unfortunately, the same outcome. Fast to Hugo Mayo, who's got space to run into. Come on. Can he whip a good enough cross in? Yes, he can, and that's Gomez on the header! We take the lead! What a ball from Hugo Mayo! That is a sensational delivery, and it was asking to be put in the back of the net by Maximilian Gomez. And he does just that. The goal scorer, the winner of the last time he played and featured in that 1-0 win, has just done it again for us. What a cross, though, from Hugo Mayo on this right-hand side. Tremendous delivery. And I have to say as well, great header from Maximiliano Gomez. We lead here by a goal to 0. It's been coming, We are playing much better here, but you'd expect it. Deportivo are down the bottom 3 of the league at the moment, so this isn't really a surprising outcome. Hernandez, Ruiz. We have the pressure on them at the moment as Pion Sisto drives forward with Dermisi over on the overlap. Dermisi towards Ruiz. It's 2-0 Celta Vigo. And it's the 17-year-old on the score sheet again. Great play down the left-hand side from Dermisi. I think out of the two and him and Johnny, he is much more attack-minded, I would say. With the pace getting in behind, it's a lovely ball as well, straight to Ruiz, who just glances at it and plays it through the legs of the goalkeeper. We have the second, and surely we have the points here. The way we played in the opening kind of 40 minutes, I don't think we're going to concede from this one. We defended well, and we've been on the front foot for the majority of this game, and we lead here by 2. Uh-oh, that's a great delivery, and Diaz has to deal with it. Yes, he does. I think the half-time whistle goes 2-0 up in this game. I think the best-case scenario would be if we can smash them 4 or 5-0. Get as much confidence as we can going ahead into that next game against Barca and use it to our advantage. I'm going to make a change here. I want to make sure that players are fit for that next game. So I'm actually going to bring off Hernandez. We'll bring on Raj and we'll bring on Basogog and bring off Gomez for this now. And then potentially maybe bring off Abel Ruiz later on in the game as well to potentially start against Barca to come. But a good performance nonetheless in that first half. As I said, just want to try and smash them a little bit higher and a bit, more. And then we'll get some confidence going ahead of that game. Aspas out to Basogog here. He's got Abel Ruiz making a run through the middle. Ruiz has got a man over. It's Raj. Can he finish it off to make it 3? Yes, he can. And it's Ruiz with the assist. Raj off the bench. We've wrapped this game to bed now. We just need a couple more, as I said, for confidence boosting. But this has been much better from the boys. And that is a great finish as well from Raj. But again, Deportivo are down the bottom side of the league. So this is what we would expect from our boys being top. 3 different goal scorers now. We just need to get another one for Ruiz, and that would be even better. Maybe Sisto on the score sheet as well, get his confidence up. But a good performance. Sisto going forward, lovely skill from him. Pion Sisto looking for number 4. Sisto! It is number 4. It's over. Deportivo just caught napping at the back. A little bit of I guess, confidence from Sisto. We didn't need to make the skill move happen, but then again, there was nobody really marking, as you can see. And the Deportivo players just went to sleep, really. I think they've given up at this point, and that is how it's going to end. So, 3 points definitely coming back with us here ahead of that game against Barca. And it could potentially be a big one, depending on if Barca beat us or not in the next game. Aspas, Raj. This now is Basogog. He lays it out towards Pion Sisto. Sisto sees a run coming from Raj, and he looks over the top for him. Raj towards now Aspas for 5. It's Iago Aspas, and it is 5. What a move it was as well. He's on the score sheet. We're going to need him when we play against Barca in moments to come here. What a performance from the boys. Even better finish from Iago Aspas. At that point as well, I'm going to make a change here. I'm actually going to bring off Iago Aspas and bring onto the pitch. Who's not going to play? I guess we'll bring on Gomez, right? And then what I'll do is I'll move Vas out to the right and do it like this. Then that way, we're not risking any of the players who potentially might get a start against Barca. Because I know Gomez isn't going to play in that game, so we'll just bring him on anyway. Nevertheless, great finish from Aspas, and that will be his final contribution to the game before he leaves the field of play. We have 5. This is a great confidence booster. Vas to Sisto, who cuts back inside. Still Pion Sisto. Still Sisto. It's 6. This is ridiculous. Deportivo are really crumbling here at the back, and I don't know what to say to you. Other than this has been a tremendous performance. Again, though, this could just be one of those games because Deportivo are struggling already in the division. I don't want to take this for granted. All I know is that we have battered them here today. And again, confidence ahead of that game against Barca. But maybe this is too good to be true because what happens if we go into that game against Barca thinking that we can play like this again and they just smash us? Nevertheless, 6-0 up. I'm not going to complain. Sisto with his 2nd of the afternoon. This is 7th in total of the season. Good finish. Last minute of the game now. We do want this clean sheet, so I'm not going to do anything stupid. But Deportivo just want that final whistle. They've been so poor today at the back. They haven't been able to contain us. Abel Ruiz will look to find Basogog on the run again. Potentially number 7 here if we can get the shot away. We can't. Good defending this time from Sydney. Denies that. But that should be it. We should be heading to a 6-0 win. You heard that correctly. A 6-0 win. And it's 3 points on the board. But it doesn't get easier for us because next up, it's going to be Barca. And the beauty about it is they only managed a draw against Real Madrid. So at the moment, we could lose this game against Barca and still be on the same points as them. They'd go ahead of us on goal difference, but we'd be on exactly the same points. So there is that we could look to. But if we get a draw, we'll be topping them by 3 still. So I think the best case scenario here would be a draw. I'm going to try our hardest to name or play our best team and potentially just try and keep them out. But it's going to be so difficult, you know. Dembele, Messi, Suarez, they've got a good front three. I think we might struggle for this. But let's get into game anyway and see how we play. Here we go then. And I don't really like these kits because they're pretty close to Barca's. I guess we'll go with that one. That's the side that we're going with. We've got Aspas and Gomez up front. Hernandez in behind. Moore and Sisto on the wings. And Vas in the heart of our defensive unit. Problem is, Ruiz wasn't full fitness. Otherwise, I would have named him against Barca. Of course, coming from Barca B, has a little bit to work on and prove a point, I guess you could say. We do lack a, you know, straight-up cam in this side. Raj could come on and do it. He is a centre defensive midfielder by trade, centre mid by trade. Same for BARCA. So that's why we've been playing Hernandez up there at the moment. He can play as a cam. But I think that if we have to switch to this 4-1-2-1-2, we might need to invest in a potential cam instead. And potentially let Hernandez go as part of that deal, maybe. But I don't really know, to be honest. We'll see. But yeah, that's the team we've gone with. We'll see how it's going to play. We are travelling over to the new camp to take on Barca, or El Libertador. Is that how you say it? As it's also known in game, because unfortunately, they don't have licensing for the new camp. But without further ado, the final game of today's episode, FC Barcelona take on Celta Vigo with a price of being top of the table at stake. It is so warm right now as well in my room, but we've got to try our best to stop this attacking threat that Barca have. In fact, let me check out their team. I forgot to do that. So where is their team? Player ratings. Who they got? Suarez, Alcácer, Coutinho, Busquets, Paulinho, Dembele, Vermaelen, Semedo, Umtiti, and Alba, sorry. No Messi. Where's Messi? That's slightly worrying, to be fair. Is he on the bench? Not sure. All I know is it's still a decent side from Barca. They've gone with a 4-1-2-1, 4-4-2 is what I meant to say. I'm surprised about that because I expected them to play the wing formation, but no Messi. Is that potentially the reason why? Is he injured or is they just not playing him? That's the question. Vas, Gomez, got Sisto on the overlap. He on Sisto into the box. Sisto strike and Silerson beats it away. The first chance goes our way and it's on target and requires Silerson's attention. Good start from the boys. We've got to defend though as well. Please tell me that's my throw-in. No, it's a Barca throw-in. Don't understand how. Alcácer gives it straight back to Messi though. That's a poor throw-in. And we go back on the front foot. Come on, boys. Gomez, Emre Moore, waiting for Hugo Maya's overlap. There it is. And we saw him whip a great delivery in the last game. Can he do it again? Another cross towards Gomez. And a vital interception from Samuel Umtiti is what stops that ball finding Maximiliano Gomez. Another decent delivery again, though, from Hugo Maya. We need to get him down that right more often and whip in the crosses as Barca come forward. This might be dangerous. Alcácer's looking through. Can't find the pass through to Dembele. But we have definitely started off the better of the two sides here. Vas, Hugo Mayo, Emre Moore up to Aspas. Aspas to Hernandez. This is good play. Gomez needs a run to come in sooner than that. Barca have got men behind the ball here. Tell you what, they really are not disrespecting us at all. They're certainly keeping men pressed behind that ball and ready to cut us out at any point. They're not committing them forward. So they are willing to respect us today. They do know they've got quite a tough job on their hands. It's a great ball from Suarez towards Sergio. He is offside though. It is Busquets. And I'll tell you what as well, I've noticed that a lot of the Barca players don't stick to positions. They roam around so much. I've seen Coutinho roaming in from that left and finding himself in the middle of the park. It's quite difficult to man mark when you don't know where the players are going to be. Gomez trying to use brute strength to get through, and he uses it as well. Here's Emre Moore. Moore in towards Aspas, and Vermaelen cuts it out. We have the pressure. We've been the better side here. Vas. No, just lay it towards Hugo Maya. Why are you trying to play that to Emre Moore? Half-time whistle goes, and that is the end of the first half. It remains 0-0 at this point. Not a lot to report on, to be honest, but I have to say again, I spoke about it moments ago, about the fact that the Barca players were roaming around a lot and not really sticking to positions. Alcácer's dropping so deep for them. He's actually playing at front today, yet I see him dropping deep into the midfield to try and receive the ball. Kind of like what Messi does for Barca, you know? So maybe he's trying to play the Messi role today, but I wonder how long it will be until we do see Lionel Messi if he is on the bench. I, of course, don't know because we didn't see the lineups pre-hand before. So we won't know if Messi is on that bench that Barca have today. And if he is, how long will it be till they see him? Albert cross. No, from Alan. Shot. Ruben Blanco saves it. First chance for Barca. And it's the first save for Blanco. Dembele working space pretty well here. Holds off his man. Paulinho's curler. And it's 1-0 Barca. Just like that. From absolutely nowhere. Barca take the lead. I called upon Ruben Blanco before, obviously, to make the save. And this time he couldn't do it. I've got to say, I'm disappointed. Look how many of our players have just stood around, marking one player. And there is Paulinho's curler that separated the two sides here. I don't think it should have gone in, to be fair. But, hey, we allowed them to shoot, and we shouldn't have done. And we are now behind for it. So, although we had good pressure in the first half and could argue that we were the better side, we now find ourselves a goal down. Barcelona have been so tight as well at the back today. It's so difficult to create a chance against them. And since they've gone 1-0 up, they have actually had more of the ball and more of the pressure. Vas making a good tackle there, though. We'll look to get on the front foot. But then Hernandez just gives the ball away again. Seriously, I'm reconsidering letting him go in January and trying to bring in somebody else in his replacement as a cam. And that's it. It's 2-0. It comes from a Pablo Hernandez mistake yet again. What is wrong with this Chilean? I don't know why. He was brilliant for us in the first game. But since then, he just doesn't seem to be able to do it anymore, and it comes from another mistake from him, and we're 2-0 down. Luis Suarez doubles Barca's advantage. It's game, set, and match. They're going to win the game because although we played massively well in the first half, this second half we've been poor. Got to say, though, Hernandez has given the ball away so often in recent games. I'm seriously considering letting him go in January and trying to bring in maybe an actual cam. Messi going forward. Can we get a consolation? Trying to find a cross for Marlon, deals with it, though. This Barca side as well, do you know what's annoying? It's actually not their strongest team, and yet we still actually aren't competitive against them. Alcesa has just run it past all of my players, and it's Barca 3, Celta Vigo 0. Paulinho makes it 3, and although we smashed Deportivo 6-0 moments ago, we're now 3-0 down away from home to Barca. And Alcesa ran it past, I would say, about 3 of our players there. We didn't even make a tackle. Jeez, how am I going to compete with this? We have not been good at all today, but even so, 3-0 doesn't do us justice. That first half performance, we were in the game, and since then, second half, Barca have turned it on. Last minute of the game now, at least we want a consolation, boys. Come on, Gomez towards Hernandez. He's up there on his own. Hernandez, though, will cut inside and find his way through. Hernandez with a chance. Hernandez! That's exactly what I'm talking about. I know the finish was difficult, but that again showcases maybe why we need to replace it with an actual cam. He got through and just completely messes up his effort. And in the 90th minute, that's the end of the game. We're going to lose this 3-0. Messi, sorry, my controller's up. Messi does come on for the final few minutes of the game. It doesn't really matter at this point because they're still going to beat us anyway. And although Messi's now on, that'll be literally his only little touch there. Alcesa is off. Messi is on. And that is the final whistle. We've lost here by 3-0. Obviously, like I said, first half performance, I thought we were in the game. The second half, we just got battered. Paulinho opened up the scoring with a curler, and then he heads them into, yeah, I mean, what can you say? It just shows the quality, the difference in quality as well. I don't quite know how we are top of the table because we got shown a lesson there by Barca. For the second time in as many episodes, we lose 3-0 to a team that have been better than us. And my serious consideration now is to what do I strengthen in January? If we stick with a 4-1-2-1-2, we're going to need a new cam because Hernandez isn't cutting it up there. And the players we've got in the club I don't think are good enough to play that cam role. So I think cam is going to be where we need to maybe strengthen ahead of this one in January. But for now, guys, that is how we will end today's episode off. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you for all of your support on the channel. If you're not already subscribed and you're new around here and you like what you see, you know what to do. It's down below. Notification bell alongside it as well so you never miss an upload on the channel, guys. Let me know with some comments down below. Give me your feedback. Of course, I'll take a look and talk about them in the first part of next episode as well. Maybe I'll answer yours on top of that. But for now, we need to strengthen, I would say, a new cam and potentially a new right back as well, just as backup for Hugo Malo because, oh, Mayo, sorry. Why did I call him Malo? I've gone back to that again. So yeah, we probably need a right back as well for Hugo Mayo as maybe backup. And then potentially a new cam to come in and try and dictate the play. Because I think that's what we're lacking at the moment. Somebody who can pick the ball up and spray the passes about and dictate the play. So that's probably going to be where I strengthen. But we'll look at that next episode. We are into the January transfer window next episode as well. Looking forward to it, guys. See you all then. Adios.